Good morning. Welcome back to Morning Live. Comfort food isn't just an idea. What you eat can affect your mental health. Registered dietitian Michelle Jalen joins us with a few healthy suggestions. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Hi, Leslie. Good. How are
Hi.
you?
Good, thank you. Well, with World Mental Health Day coming up this Saturday, and
Yes.
of course, all of us being in this pandemic right now, it's very timely as well. We need to be very conscious of our mental health. A lot of people feeling very isolated and alone.
Yes, that's right. And because
Hmm.
of my background as a dietitian, there's different foods that are really good for our mental health. So, especially because we are going into fall, we want to think more about, getting enough vitamin D. And one of the things that has a lot of vitamin D is fatty fish. So things like sardines and salmon, as well as herring, those are actually really good for our mental health because they're high in vitamin D and omega 3s. Even things
Right.
like even things like margarine are fortified with vitamin D, as well as nuts and seeds. So, like almonds and pumpkin seeds are high in healthy fats. People don't know this too, but also things like citrus fruits. So, oranges have been shown to have a positive effect on our mood, and also things like blue fruits and vegetables. So, things like purple cabbage or blueberries or blue grapes, which are in season right now, are high in antioxidants, anthocyanins, which are actually very good for our brain health as well. So, besides different kinds of foods, there are also different types of foods that you might want to avoid. So, things like excessive alcohol and maybe other drugs can have an impact on our brain health, as well as things like excess caffeine can increase anxiety, so it can make us feel more jittery or more stressed during this time. And these are just things to be mindful of and to watch out for to make sure to ensure that we have really good mental health going into fall, and as stuff changes in the news and as
Yes.
we keep going forward in the world. Yes.
Right, and a lot more people being home, working from home, home with their kids, studying, and so when you're, again, I was mentioning early in an earlier interview, you're near the kitchen or you're in the kitchen a lot more, and you know what, I might as well have another coffee. Or we heard a lot through earlier months in the pandemic, people drinking too much alcohol, as you just alluded to, just being home and patterns of life changing a little bit. So just being more cognizant of that.
Yes, and I also recommend other things for like self-care. So things like doing different fun things, which is different for everybody. So, maybe you're going to try watercolor painting. Maybe you're going to, do some adult coloring books or that kind of thing. Those
Yes.
things are really helpful and really force us to, be mindful and focus on the task at hand. And if those aren't your thing, and if you're really not into that kind of thing, going for a walk around this time is really nice, as long as you avoid people, stay 6 feet away, looking at the beautiful leaves that are changing colors. Nature has shown to have a really positive effect on our mental health, and the more we get outside too, the better it is for our mind and our spirit and our mental health as well.
And it doesn't take much, does it, Michelle? You just head outside, even if you don't have a lot of time in your day or you're taking a break from your home office, even just going out for about 10 minutes, right? Getting some fresh air, as you say, getting out of that sort of that home situation and seeing a new scene and being more mindful and in the moment. And I know that helped me a lot during the last few months. It's just getting outdoors.
Yes, nature has such a great impact on our mental health. And you know what? Even the government of Ontario also has a lot of excellent mental health resources that are free. You just go to the ontario.ca website and just type in mental health support. And then there's so many different resources that are available to Ontarians that you can use, that some are geared towards specific groups, so like youth and children, as well as different communities. But a lot of that stuff is free, and you might as well use it if you need it. And it's okay because it is there for you and it is meant for you to use.
And we're actually very lucky to have all these resources in this day and age of ours, right? And it's a good reminder that, for people, that you don't have to be as alone as you feel sometimes, to reach out and be part of a group, even if it is virtually, right? And journaling as well is another good one you're mentioning too.
Yes, so focusing on journaling and a gratitude journal. So anyone can do this. It's a very easy thing to do. You just need a piece of paper and just write down 3 things that you're grateful for every morning. And they can be really simple things. And as well, to take it one step further, write down something you're going to do for your own self-care. And with gratitude journaling, what it's actually shown is over time, it actually makes us more resilient and more happier and more positive when we write down things and focus on things that we are indeed grateful for every single day.
That's a really good tip. And to do it with your kids as well. Make it a family thing, right? And to focus, as you say, on the positive.
Yes, it's a
Hmm.
great way to also just get them into the habit now of like focusing on what you are grateful for, especially with
Exactly.
Thanksgiving coming up as well.
You got it. All right. Registered dietitian Michelle Jalen, thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate your feedback. All
Thank
right.
you,
Take
Leslie.
care.